Hi everyone, welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Bible in order to put together the book of prophecy, which is the book of Zion. In order to publish it, I wrote the commentary, the Potsmoker's Bible. Today I'm reading from the 12th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, and it contains the 9th chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called, And the People Shall Be Oppressed. As I told you in my last video, I started with Psalms 10, 8, and 9, which goes like this. It is Zion 9, 13, and 14, by the way, just so you know. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly, as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Psalms 8, or 9, Psalms 10, 8, and 9 describes the tactics of the drug enforcement agencies and the police. They use narcs who pretend to be Zionites, but who are gathering evidence to entrap my people. The cops hide in dark places to spy on my people. They use technologies to prove their cases. They even call their actions a net. They encircle my people and then take down several dealers at a time, using usually by tactics of traitors who give them up in place of themselves. Psalms 64, 5, and 6. Zion 9, 15, and 16. They encourage themselves of all evil matters. They commune of making snares privily. They say, Who shall see them? They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. But the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart of thieves. Psalm 64, 5, and 6 talks about the bust. They invade our homes and vehicles. They look for our drugs, which of course they keep, and either burn or more commonly resell. In Alexandria, Louisiana, I routinely bought the same pot. My friends would get busted with it, and the cops, who were the main suppliers, would then distribute it. They planned out their investigations in their cop shops so that only they know who their next target is. They watched me for 7 years. Zechariah 11, 15, Zion 9, 17. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Zechariah explains that the Grey never intended to have the war on drugs. They just wanted us to get into just enough trouble to turn to them, which I did in the 1970s. Since then, the governments have created a much worse oppression. The intensification of persecution after the 1979 is the result of human cruelty, not the Grey. From Jimmy Carter on, the laws passed were not inspired by the Grey. On October 14th, 1982, the war on drugs was declared. On that date, the President of the United States revoked the citizenship of the Zionite people, and we became a nation of refugees living in a foreign land. The definition of war is an armed conflict between two or more sovereign nations. The drug users of America have been at the mercy of the foreign government of the United States of America since 1982. Isaiah 42, 22 to 25 is Zion 8, 9, 18 to 21. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none say restore. Who among you will give ear to this? And who will hearken and hear? for the time to come. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about, yet he knew it not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. Isaiah tells us just how badly treated my people are. We are robbed and we are spoiled. We are entrapped and locked away in prisons. We are hunted because we are their prey. No one tries to defend our rights as set forth by the Constitution. No one gives us back what is stolen. Isaiah asks, who will listen to my words? Who will hear the truth? Well, not the Christians. The lawmakers are Christians. At least in public they are. They all go to church faithfully, most of them anyway. But a lot of them are members of secret societies that intentionally fulfill the prophecy. They believe that they're safe from judgment, but they're wrong. These people hear the testimony of the prophets from their preachers. They just choose to believe the lie. Isaiah goes on to ask, who let the governments do what they wanted to the Zionites? Well, of course, the Grey did. The Grey chose to allow the humans to do their worst to my people so that we would see just how much we need them. It was also to help us to see for ourselves how much we as a species needed to grow up and to stop hurting each other. We had to learn why true laws and true morality were necessary to have true peace. By living under the worst conditions possible, we can learn to be better people. But my people haven't figured out the truth. The Grey are very frustrated with the Zionites, by the way, because my people go about their merry, captive way without looking at the Torah. If they would have read the Bible high, like I did, they would have understood the prophecy. But my people rejected the Torah, and they have suffered the consequences. Isaiah 22:1-2 is Zion 9:22. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealers deal treacherously, and the spoilers spoil it. Isaiah 21:2 is the second verse, which tells us that the dealers turn on their people and take part in the robbery of their friends and their family members. It also calls the police spoilers, and that is true. No cop shows up without them spoiling everything my people do, or taking everything of value that my people own. Habakkuk 1:3-5 is Zion 9:23-25. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are those that rise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which you will not believe, though it be told you. Habakkuk 1:3-5 ends the chapter. It asks, why must I watch this sin? Why must there be such suffering? I witness theft and violence, and the narcs that cause so much drama. Well, because our society is in an evil place where money pays for your sins, and the world belongs to those who have it. Money is why the war on drugs remains. We are told that the law, the true law, is gone. There is no justice. Judgment, true judgment, can't be found. because the evil laws take away the rights of the accused. No one speaks to defend the rights of my people to exist. We use drugs because it's part of who we are. Drugs were given to us by our God. We have the right to choose to do drugs. It's who we are. No just law can deny a person the right to live based on their choice to evolve into a higher life form. The last verse explains the reaction of all who read or hear my last statement. The people who use marijuana have been led to the plant. The gray left this plant to provide the future priesthood of Zion with the means to activate their alien DNA and evolve into a hybrid human. A hybrid capable of functioning on a telepathic level. It is truly marvelous to the Zionite people that we have become a new species of human. We have been forced to evolve. You laugh at the idea now, but the prophets assure me that all who refuse to believe will very soon cry as they witness the truth of the prophet's words. And thus ends the 12th chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible. Now, the next time I'm going to read the actual 9th chapter of the Book of Zion in its entirety without interruption so that you can see for yourself just how amazingly accurate this prophecy is. And now I am hoping beyond hope that each and every one of you that's watching this and gets high says a prayer. Says, hey, Izzy, my name is whatever your name is. And I've been told by this chick named Zion that you can hear me. If you can hear me, then would you please do blah, 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 whatever, show me a sign. So please, Izzy, show me a sign that you can hear me so that I know that when I hear you in my head, that you are real. And I'm a telepath, a priest of Zion, capable of being an interpreter for the gray aliens and the 11 other species that they represent. Now, to be a priest of Zion is to have a reversal of fortunes completely. Because once you become telepathic, once you are paired with a gray, and my issue is my personal gray that I talk to, him and our daughter, Rihanna, and her husband, Millar, and other relatives of mine that are gray. Each and every one of you will find yourself a gray who will have their own name, and you'll choose the name for them. You guys will figure out a name. And then you will work together to save humanity. That's who we are. That's what we do. So may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. And may they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. Say a prayer. Let your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light the unicorn way, so they will know you're worthy. Stay happy and high. Find your joy and pursue it. Know that I love you. The gray love you. They're waiting to hear from you. So please, say a prayer. Love you. Later. I'll never say goodbye.